Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, this video right here should have been done a week and a half ago. I'm being honest on that. It should have been done a week and a half ago. Should have been done last Monday, but I was tired. I was exhausted, but here we are. Alright. So, as of last week, what was that, the 17th? Was that this week? No, that was last week. So last week, the 17th, right? The Boston Celtics are the new NBA champions. They are the 2024 NBA champions. I had this team winning before the season even started. And I didn't have them winning when they acquired Porzingis. I had them definitely winning when they acquired Drew Holiday. Because, let's be real here, Drew Holiday's one of the top defenders in the game. You add that to a starting five that, for being honest here, they were already defensive as it was. You add that team, you add Drew Holiday to that five, the best defensive five in the game. And they showed that every single game that they played. Not every game, I can't say that. But they showed it pretty much every season why they were the best team in the league. And boom, right then and there, look where they got to. They were the best team in the league. Can we say by far? I mean, they were the best team in the East by far. They had the best record. I believe, they weren't the number one defensive team, but they were top five. They were the best scoring team. Yeah, they were just so good. But I don't want to talk about the season. I want to talk about the playoffs. Because the thing about the playoffs was, automatically thought that, they had an easy road. Can we say they had an easy road? Yeah, I guess we'll say. I guess we'll say they had an easy road, right? I think they had a lot of circumstances that went their way. The first round of playoffs, they took on the Miami Heat. Now, at first, you think of Miami Heat like, damn, it ain't gonna be easy. It's the same team that eliminated them last year in the conference finals. On top of that, they supposedly, well, I can't say supposedly got better, because they came out of the playing tournament again. So they were number 8 again. And this time Jimmy Butler got hurt. So they kind of limped their way in. They got dominated in game 1. They actually took a game in game 2. Then you had Jimmy Butler. You had Jimmy Butler on commentary. Not commentary. On the sidelines talking about, oh, we're going to win this. Watch this. Right? Yeah, I watched the Celtics take 3 more games from them. So they got beaten 5. Boom, Miami out of here. Second round was Cleveland. And Cleveland just got out of a 7-game series with the Orlando Magic. So they could have either faced Cleveland or they could have faced Orlando. And Cleveland was walking into that series hurt because Jared Allen wasn't playing. And literally the same way the Miami Heat series went, it's the same way this series went as well. Boston dominated game 1. They lost game 2. They won the next 3. But within those 3 games, Donovan Mitchell got hurt. Karis LeVert got hurt. So Cleveland was pretty much limping into game 5, where it was just like, okay, we're done. I don't think we got enough to get it done. You understand what I'm saying? So, boom. Boston moves on to the conference finals, where they take on the Indiana Pacers, who are coming off a 7-game series against the highly favored New York Knicks. Now, Pacers pretty much got lucky with that series because the Knicks, when I say everybody was limping in the East, the Knicks weren't any different. I think the Knicks had it probably worse than anybody because they entered the playoffs without Julius Randle already. So that was already bothering me because I'm like, that's your second best scorer, not in the playoffs. That's gonna be tough. Then Mitchell Robinson got hurt. Then OG Anunoby got hurt. DiVincenzo got banged up. Josh Hart got banged up. Jalen Brunson got banged up. Everybody was just this. It was tough. It was tough. But in Game 7, Pacers came out there. They dominated the Knicks. And they went to the conference finals to take on the Celtics. I said the Pacers could take a game at least. That's what I thought. I thought they at least had enough where they could took a game from the Celtics. Tyrese got hurt, I think, in Game 2. I believe he got hurt in Game 2. And from there, Boston swept. The Pacers could have won Game 3 and they could have won Game 4, but they just had enough. They had enough in the in Game 3 to clutch it out. And in Game 4, they just did what they had to do. And boom, here we are. The NBA Finals. Jaylen Brown gets the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Even though I believe Jason Tatum had better numbers. But it's because Jaylen Brown shot the ball better. So if Jaylen Brown didn't shoot, if Jason Tatum's efficiency was better, he would have won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And he could have won another award, but we'll get to that. But yeah, here we are. Boston Celtics back in the finals since 2022. Who would be their opponent coming out of the West? Well, it was a team I didn't expect to come out the West. It was the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks, I believe they were the underdogs in I think every series they were in. Their first round matchup were the Clippers. And they definitely were the underdog walking into that series. The thing was this though. Kawhi Leonard got hurt. Paul George was banged up. You already know what Harden does in the playoffs. And of course, not all of course, but Russell Westbrook was there too. The Clippers were able to take 2 games. But Dallas was able to take was able to take 4. So Dallas got out of there in 6 to advance against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, even though they were younger, they were the younger team, they were still the favorites to win. Dallas really wasn't favored to win any series, even though the second half of the season and in the trade deadline, they made pickups that instantly made their team better. When they got P.J. Washington from the Hornets, and then when they got Daniel Gafford from the Wizards, it instantly made their team better. Because all you needed to do was surround Luka with some shooters and bigs. Once you gave Dallas Mavericks some bigs, they were gonna do some damage, and they did. So in the Oklahoma City game, the Oklahoma City Thunder series, it was kind of even at first, but then Dallas started doing what they do. Kyrie came alive. Derek Lively wasn't missing anything, and Luka was just being Luka, and they were able to get out of that. Did they get out of that in 5 or 6? I forget off the top of the head, but I think they got out of that in 5, I believe. I believe they got out of that series in 5. Or 6. I really don't remember at this point in time. Then they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm sorry, the Western Conference Finals. They haven't been to the Western Conference Finals since 2022 as well. So last time they were in the Conference Finals was 2022. And they're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are making the conference finals for the first time in 20 years. And from the first 3 games, Minnesota looked outmatched. Outmatched. 100%. They lost the first 3 games. It was like, man, Minnesota about to get swept. Minnesota came out in game 4 and at least took a game. Anthony Edwards was saying 1 game at a time. Then game 5 happened and boom. Dallas won. They won in 5. Luka Doncic becomes Western Conference Finals MVP. And here we are. In what is being told, the lowest viewed NBA Finals. I mean, I know why I wasn't viewing it at all at that time. I was working majority of those days, but it actually does surprise. Well, it's kind of surprising that this wasn't that much viewed. But then again, I kind of get it. I kind of get it. I kind of don't. I guess it's just one of those things, right? But the NBA Finals, this could have been a better series. It could have been a much better series. But Boston in game 1 came out there and dominated. They came in there and smoked the Mavericks in Boston. So much that I remember that the only thing that was circling in my head was what Paul Pierce said in, I think that was 2019. It had to be 2019. Remember in the conference semis, it was the Boston Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The first game, Boston won. That man sat there and said, "Oh, after game 1, it's over. Series is done. Series is done. After 1 game." That's what he said. Then the Milwaukee Bucks proceeded to win to win that series in 6. I was feeling that way at the same time. I was feeling that way when I was looking at this finals. I was like, Boston may smoke these boys out the water, because technically Boston did have the better team. The problem with Boston was that their bench was very lacking, and the fact that Porzingis wasn't playing for all that time. Porzingis came back in the NBA Finals, and from there, he came back in the NBA Finals, and he was benched the whole series. So he came off the bench, which made the Boston bench a little better, because you actually now have something coming off the bench. Once that happened, Porzingis came off the bench, dropped 20. Boom! It was just downhill from there. Game 2 could have went to Boston. I'm sorry, Game 2 could have went to Dallas, but they just couldn't finish. Game 3 could have went to Dallas, but the same thing, they just couldn't finish. Game 4 Dallas came out there and smoked these boys. Came out there and smoked them by what, 30 plus, 40 plus? They came out there and smoked them boys. I was like, okay, Dallas, let's make this a series now. Let's make this a series. Game 5 happened in Boston, and that was all she wrote. Luka did his thing in the finals. He did his thing. Kyrie just wasn't Kyrie in that finals. He just wasn't. And then everybody else was no help. I think P.J. Washington wasn't really much help in the finals. Derrick Jones Jr. was nowhere to be seen. I don't know where Tim Hardaway Jr. been. I don't think Derek Lively was anything. Daniel Gafford wasn't anything. You know what I'm saying? Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, you know what I'm saying? There was just so many holes in Dallas that they just had nothing to be able to withstand the Boston offense. But the Boston Celtics win in 5. And they finally win the NBA championship. The Boston Celtics were highly favored to go to NBA Finals and win a championship since 2018 when Kyrie Irving got there and when Jason Tatum since the 2018 playoffs, they were favored to win the NBA championship and go to the finals. And that was the first year Kyrie Irving got traded there and when Jason Tatum got drafted there. So once Jason Tatum got there, man, listen, these boys were supposed to win the finals a long time ago. They finally did it. They did what they needed to do. Jaylen Brown, finals MVP. Because of the same exact thing happened again. Jason Tatum was just not shooting the ball well enough. Like Jason Tatum's efficiency and his shooting percentages were horrible. Not horrible, but they were not good. So if he shot the ball better, he definitely would be Finals MVP. He would be Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He would have won all that, right? Just that Jason Tatum wasn't shooting the ball well enough. So yeah, Boston Celtics NBA champions. Again, I had them winning from day one before the season even started. So glad to know that my prediction went through. It is what it is, and it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Congratulations to them. Now it's time to make a video about last night, and we'll get into it. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support as always. After tomorrow, my page may be overloaded with a lot of NBA 2K24 because I got a lot of videos I got to get out before September. So from July to like the first week of September, I'm overloading this channel with 2K videos. So hopefully I don't lose subscribers like that. And it is what it is. I still will be doing my wrestling stuff. It's going to be there. You already know it's going to be sprinkled in there. But I'm going to be dropping maybe 3 2K videos a day because I got to get these videos out. I got to get them out. So, yeah. Just wanted to warn everybody that if you see a lot of 2K videos, just know I warned you. But until next time, peace, love, want it. Yeah.